Hey, it's Chloe Mazurek. So I have my notes kind of on a paper. I'm going to be looking at them a little bit. But my first critical point, talking about how design thinking bridges the gap between liberal arts and STEM programs. So basically, in my mind, like looking into colleges and finding out what I want my major to be, there was always the, like, you could go to a liberal arts college, you could go to like an engineering school, or kind of thing. And like, I'm an education major, so I'm in liberal arts. But I wanted to choose a large university because I like the difference in people and difference in the way we learn and things like that. But I thought it was really interesting because I'm going to read this quote. From the reading, it said, "To design is to plan, and in the arts, to design is to fashion artistically within a medium." So I liked that they talked about that because liberal arts and STEM programs like fall underneath the same principles. So within problem solving, arguing from evidence, and reconciling with conflicting views are some of the things that both liberal arts and STEM programs have. So I thought that was really interesting because under liberal arts, I mostly think of like painting and like molding and doing things like actual arts, and inclusion of writing and like plays and things like that. In STEM, I just think like mostly mechanics in terms of engineering, or I think of like science and doctors and everything like that. But I like that design thinking within that shows that like they're more similar than we think they are, because they all have to create prototypes to become a doctor, to like come up with medicines and cures to things, and create roller coasters and stuff like that. You're going to create a prototype before and like test it. And when you're creating an art project, you're going to like do it, film it, write it, and you're going to have multiple chances. You're going to repaint things. You're going to learn how to teach. That's me. Which brings me to my second critical point. This, I guess, applies to me because I am an education major, and when they start talking about like early childhood, that also jumped out at me. But basically it's about how to teach liberal arts. So they talked about creative arts, and what I got out of that was hands-on learning, and the fact that they wanted to like find ways to attract people to the field of science. So this is like another like important aspect of being a teacher, and like learning how to teach multiple different types of people who learn in many different ways, I guess to be interested, and how to actually like get across to all different types of students. So the purpose of like I guess creative arts within like mixing them with STEM programs would be engaging students and cross-disciplinary student learning and pre-K through 12 settings and informal education, which basically rung across to me the importance of teaching like stuff like STEM programs to younger students, so that when they learn now, they can grow their knowledge. They can learn how to do things now. They're like more advanced than we are in technology already, like when I was in elementary school. But within that, like teaching them how to do functional design, like in real world problems, solve or come up with solutions, and like the same thing, the problem solving, arguing from evidence, and like reconciling with conflicting views. This allows students to like create things with a functional design for a child's education, and like creating interdisciplinary artists, kind of I guess letting students do what they need to do. But I like that it kind of teaches you how to implement real world situations into a child's I guess elementary, even start them early. But it emphasizes that children learn in different ways, and that you can teach hard things like STEM, and you can teach engineering, math, science, medicine, which is one of the things, and include it within arts. Because you could be an art brain, but you could learn in the way that science learns. And then people that are into science can learn in ways other than like taking notes, memorizing things, with more hands-on techniques that I would like mostly associate with liberal arts classes.